Hi, welcome. Welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm Heyoka. I'm empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, and I feel pretty good. Tucker over here feels pretty good. He's zonked out. He's snoring his little. I think he has a deviated septum. Got a little snore thing going on. Boy, I'm just trying to give him the best life I can, man. He got a raw deal for 6 months of his life. I can relate. What equates to the first 12 years of my life, rough, hard. 15, 18. What can you say, man? Life gets hard. People, it's full spectrum. So I wanted to do another little talk. I just had a synchronistic event. I got to go down a recall. Recall means different things to different people. You get a recall when you work in a shop of any kind of emergical type, first responder type stuff. You got a phone list that you got to call one person, the next person, the next person. I was always on the bottom. So anyway, we did volunteer events in the event place that we he's winning it. The shop that I worked at, we had like the shop leader was like a schmoozy guy, man. He could have been in a sitcom. Rosie, yeah, he had a big heart, man. Sometimes he didn't make the best decisions, but hey, he's just like the rest of us. We're all just human. He's a fun guy. So he was like a promotions kind of guy, for morale. He'd get us, he's always making deals and stuff. And so we got to do a volunteer event downtown at the I can't remember what it's called. It's right there downtown, across the street from the old phone company. When I graduated in 2006, that's where the ceremony was in the same building. Anyway, I got to see the Eagles, and somebody recommended that I listen to The Heart of the Matters, and I was like, and I know that's a Don Henley song, but okay, I'll revisit. And I'm like, yeah, everything's about forgiveness, everything's about forgiveness. Everything is. Just whatever happened. Yeah, somebody steps on your toes. That's cool, dude. That's cool. Somebody does it again, then there's going to be a problem. But you got to give allowances, give people a break, So I was thinking, I wanted to thank Rick Levine. I listen to all these, and the Astrology Hub. Can't remember her name off the top of my head. But she and Rick have a talk about every once a week-ish, Ain't nothing set in stone. It's just how it is for now. Things always change and ebb and flow. So I like Rick. He's an Aries. I'm an Aries sun. I got Aries in my 11th house, 10th house. Anyway, so he was talking about their take on it, on like Venus and all these placements and all these alignments. I listen to so many. There's no way I'm going to keep track of all of them. So I make notes sometimes. And they're talking about how things are like the warrior coming home. When I look at Mars coming back in. Based on what he said, Mars coming back into Aries, or Aries coming back into Mars. I can't even think right now. Whichever, vice versa. You get me? That's like the wounded warrior coming home, okay? From war. Like when the truck driver had come home. Okay, Dad's home. Okay, it's cool. Everybody's happy to see Dad, but now you got to be quiet for like 18 hours for him to just sleep off his road trip, or whatever. That whole paradigm of anyone that's experienced like a patriarchal father figure, the soldier going off to war, coming home, the dad doing as a doctor doing extended shifts, doing stuff over borders, people that work for travel. Anyone, even the moms that are the breadwinners, they do it too. It's anyone that has that spirit of a parent, like and then think the whole dynamics change when you get home, right? So, let's see if that'll stay. Probably not. So my take on it is, okay, yeah, that's a pretty good take on things. Or that's a pretty good idea. I could see how that's lining up, My thing was with my experience actually in the military and stuff, my deal is what did these people do while they're away? You know, because now it's coming into a time of karma. And what did all these people do while they're away? See, because I was so gullible, I was so dumb. There's all this stuff I found out about as like I tripped through life, just stumbled upon people who just educated me in these areas. And one of them was is like things like gay in a way, like yeah. And a lot of this stuff is being found out today, you know, or maybe they always knew, but people just ignored it, and then now things are coming up, and you just can't ignore stuff anymore. You can. The truth always comes out. You can't pretend, you know, or people, you know, like the gay in the way folks that go off and have, you know, live the alternative lifestyles and things like that because nobody's looking, you know, or the people that dip into other dark, shadowy behaviors because nobody's around. They can take on different personas. It ain't no different than actors playing a role or anybody in DC. Everybody's playing a role. Everybody's trying to get somebody to believe that there's some kind of way. That are hiding secrets and stuff. That's why I'm all about full disclosure, man. I tell everybody everything about me. So in that way, there's nothing nobody can find out. And if somebody finds out something about me that surprises me, well, I better hurry up and make an amends about that, or at least figure out some way I can make it right in an energetic way sense if somebody feels like I wronged them in some kind of way. Yeah? I look out the window, the wind blows. Okay. So, you know, I'm thinking, okay, you know, people, but at the same time, people go off and they're trying to do the right thing, and they're trying to do right by everybody, and they come home and it's like, okay, I gotta rest, and then when they're awake, okay, now let's celebrate and be home and do all those joyful, fun things that, you know, or are their conscience biting with the things that they've done while they're away, and are they dipping in the alcohol? Because I know plenty of people who grew up around alcoholics and drunks and stuff like that, and it's like you never knew what they were going to do. Sometimes when a couple years back, I used to act like that, you know, I had to really learn how to calm myself because the dogs are so sensitive, and mom's so sensitive. I'm sensitive, you know, but I just say things, and mom just, you know, she said before, Marge, your energy is just so strong. You just don't know what you say of how it affects people. I'm like, you're right, Mom. Yes, I don't. You know, and then sometimes people say things to me deliberately, like, because they know it'll hurt my feelings, and then I'm just like, well, that's just mean. At least in my mind, I'm speaking in matters of facts. You know, they just speak in projections and stuff like that. So, thanks, Rick, for that realization. What did this, you know, and then, let's see what else. Oh, the astrology. See, the astrology is freaking on nut jobs. They hire, like, some astrologists, and then it's like, okay, interject this and do this, and now it's cue the second wave. I hope really people don't buy into it. I really hope people are just like, nah, I don't know people that are getting sick, because, you know, this is all for the this is all for the people making the tests and the plastics and all of them, you know, all of them, also the tests, the swabbies, the Q-tippers, all those people, so they can make a whole, it's just so gross. But we're coming into the phase now that people aren't buying it, and people are going to start living more from their spirit and less from their ego, because it's like, look at what money has done to people. It's just really gotten gross and seedy, you know, and people are figuring out that, you know, like bipolar and schizophrenia and all those psychological clinical terms that have been deemed by people that are demons, the demons deeming people words about energetic sensitivity. That's all that they are. And people have made so much money and bought so many properties and have so many cars and yachts and boats and have shown us so many points of the same view on Instagram and social media, because y'all got all the money to get there, and all this stuff, you know, and all the big wigs, the big stars, you know, they make all this money from people loving you and doting on you, and you put out music and stuff, but the energy max just isn't, it's just a little bit off, you know, and what light are you serving, ego, Or, you know, is it, are you just putting it all in the bank for you? Because money ain't real, you know, when you... So all this stuff is coming out more and more and more, and people are... They're not going... They're figuring out the bipolar is full spectrum, and the people that are calling people out, that they're the ones that are actually have the imbalance in them. And this is all coming to light. We're really... We're ready to heal some folks, because for those true people that just went and, you know, doing what we were told because we thought it was the right thing to do. So I knew I was going to have to take care of my family. I know other people enlisted, signed their life away, gave that little oath that people are freaking being all cutesy-tootsy about, that little oath. Well, if you do it in really life, they'll play Wind Beneath Your Wings to pull on your heartstrings when you're done with Warrior Week, and give you your little medallion, your little coin, your little membership required, you know? And then they forget about you, ultimately, after they use you and wreck you and break you and make you do things like really, really kill people. Oh my God, but they really kill people? Yeah, they've been really killing people for generations and generations. For what? National security. That's an oxymoron. When we have been the biggest antagonists in a lot of areas. It's time to own up. I mean, heck, Native American. The colonists freaking took this from my, you know? It goes all, it's all about, it doesn't matter about the color of the skin. It's if any motherfucker thinks that they can take something from somebody else because they just because of who they are and of their swinging wiener, they're going to be in for a rude awakening in the next 6 months. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace. Oh, wait. I want to finish up with this. Notice about your technology. Pay attention. Drives me crazy. I have a couple different networks in my house that I connect to. I have my secured network, and then I have my the stuff that Netflix goes to, you know, to save to distribute resources and things like that. Like, I'll come home and freaking I have my network's designated to the one I want to connect. And all of a sudden it'll disconnect from my network. You know, I'll be gone for a couple minutes, and then it'll come back, and lo and behold, it'll attach itself to the open one. So, just pay attention, folks. Just pay attention. Just check every now and again if you have, you know. It's all about security, OPSEC, operational security, operational risk management. Work smarter, not harder. All this stuff we're coming into that day and age, you know. And I'm here to help. I know a lot about a lot of tricks of a lot of trades, and you know, people have questions about stuff. I'm IT. I got freaking 13 years. I got a lot of experience and a lot of foot experience because the IT I went in. You know, I was in. You know, I worked for big, huge companies. You know, that tout themselves for for being big deals. You know. And I was always the grunt. I was always support. Air Force. I was support. Age Ranger. We're stepping into a new age. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.